Hi, it's Miss Lamb, and we are continuing with number 21. Imagine how far you've gotten on our city bike data analysis. And what you're looking at here is our three pivot tables. We know that our most popular day of the week is Tuesday. We also know that our weekdays are far more popular than our weekends. And we did the start station ID pivot table together and identified that the PATH train stops were in our top five, which means that we're assuming that perhaps our users are using their bikes to get to work, right? They get off the train and then they go on the work to their bike. And now I've also added the end station pivot table, which I asked you to make. And what's fascinating to see is that the same Grove Street PATH station is the most popular for people to drop bikes off at. So it looks like people are both using their bikes to get to and from the train station. They are using the bikes as a way to get probably between their offices and the train. And if you notice, even though the top five are not identical, if you look at the top six, the top seven actually are identically the top stations in both places. And that feels like it could end up being an important piece of data for us when we continue thinking about the usage of the city bikes. But now we're actually going to try something really interesting, because my next question is, which trip is the most popular? We know that Grove Street PATH is the most popular start and end station, but what's the most popular trip? In one trip, where are people starting and ending? And to do that, we actually need to move back to our main data table, and we need to add a column. And in that column, what we want to do is we want to group our start and our end, because what we want to do is we want to create one singular item that has both the start and end station so that it represents a trip. And then we're going to be able to count which trip is the most popular. So I've added a column to the right of column K, which now becomes my column L. And I'm going to click trip. And then I'm going to use a formula that's called concatenate. You may know from other types of coding that to concatenate means to combine strings. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. We're going to combine two strings. So as with all formulas, I start with equal, and I start typing in concatenate. And here I can add strings to one another. The first string that I want is the start station name, but then I don't want them to be smushed together. So I need to add some kind of space. I'm actually going to just add a dash, but you can add a plain space if you'd like. Notice that that goes in parentheses because it's a string itself, and then my end station name. So again, I am using the formula concatenate, and I am combining the start station with a dash in the middle and then the end station name, and I'm closing my parentheses. Once it loads, we're going to copy down again by double clicking on the bottom right hand corner. And then once that loads, I hope that you can already predict the next step, which is going to be to create yet another pivot table, this time using trip as the column of data. So I'm going to click on L, and I'm going to go to data, pivot table, existing sheet, click on the boxes, go to my sheet, put it here, press OK, create. And I'll see you back at the next video after you've done this on your own. I believe in you. You can do it. Get it done.